Hello everyone, my name is ChickenFunk, and for this video I'll be playing 100 Days of Modded Minecraft. I'm not going to go the way of hardcore because I don't like it and I don't really want to. It's a modded series, so it should be a lot of fun. I spent a lot of day 1 doing the normal things everybody does. Cutting lots of wood, a little bit of exploring, you know how it goes. I cut down so many trees it's not even funny, but you need lots of wood at the beginning of the game usually, so thought it was a good idea. Lots of different foods in these mods, so I'll be able to make a huge amount of different foods once I make a kitchen. And then when the nighttime comes, it's time to make a quick shack. Nothing fancy, just something to keep me safe. One of the safer things to do at night is go mining. So, through the night on day 1 and starting of the beginning of day 2, that's what I did. When I say safer, I don't usually mean creepers and zombies showing up everywhere, but that's what they did. I spent a good portion of the night mining, getting good resources, and in the early morning, I decided it was time to come out. I got my first death. I'm glad it wasn't hardcore. Started up my first farm. It sure looks cool with all these different foods. And then I spent the last part of the day making my house a little bit safer. Since, you know, spiders can climb walls and all. On day 3, I thought I should head underground. I need to find me some more resources. I found iron pretty quickly. I spent a lot of the day just tidying up some of the trees around here. I gotta mod-proof this area soon. I decided on this spot, behind my current house, to be my mineshaft entrance. It'll take me a few days, and I'll probably never really be done, but I'm gonna make it 5 blocks wide, all the way down to diamond level. I'm gonna fancy up the walls, the stairs and ceiling, and maybe even have a Minecraft that can take my things all the way down from the mine up to my house. Fought a bunch of zombies in the morning of day 4. Now, normally zombie flesh is pretty useless, but not so much in modded. I can hang the flesh on these drying racks, and in a little while they become edible. Hey, at least it's some food. I cut down some more trees, and at the end of the day I worked on the mineshaft a little bit more. Started off day 5 with a helping of monster jerky. This is the breakfast of champions. Then I went off exploring and found this very pretty flower biome. And then off to the mine again. There's a big ravine in the way of my stairway, so I had to be very careful working my way down. And I worked on the mineshaft for the rest of the day and some part of day 6. There's a lot of wood being used in this project, and I don't want to have to constantly run out and cut down trees for it. So the next big thing, bonsai trees. You make a hopper bonsai, and it will continue to grow and harvest the different trees for you. So it's basically an AFK tree farm. And then guess what, guys and gals? Back to the mine. And all of day 7 is spent on the mineshaft as well. I promise, guys, the entire series won't be me doing this. But I did get down to Y level 11. Day 8 is spent making my land safer, clearing trees, and I built a wall around the whole place. It's harvest time, so many different foods. Oh, it's going to be glorious when I start cooking it all together. Make the land safe some more! All the yellow spaces are potential mob spawns, so now it's very easy for me to place torches to prevent any bad guys from showing up. Most of day 9 was spent with walls and torches. So many walls, and so many torches. And then at the end of the night, down to the bottom of the mineshaft to fancy it up a little bit. On day 10, I spent a good chunk of the day strip mining again, and then later in the evening I collected a bunch of crops, and accidentally ate, I believe, canola seeds, and got the nausea effect. I hate this so much. I had a close encounter with a skeleton on day 11, and I did a bunch more mining. Diamonds! I finally found some. Not many, but it's still diamonds. And some more wall work. Man, I gotta find something a little more exciting to do soon. It's day 13 now, guys. Guess what? I'm cutting down trees again. It's so much fun I can hardly contain the excitement. On day 14, I made myself a boat. I went out swimming in the ocean. I found a village. I stole all their crops and off I went. Day 15. Zombie angels. I don't know if this is a sign. I kind of feel bad for killing them, but they're zombies, so they must perish. Time for some cow breeding. Gonna need to use their skin to make some books in the near future. And I spent the rest of the day mining and decided to finally make a diamond pickaxe. Day 16 and we're starting off mining obsidian with our brand new diamond pickaxe. This will take a while. My nether portal is going to be a little ways off from the house for now. My plans are to eventually make a really cool looking one, but for now, we're going to stick with the tried and true portal. A quick stone pathway, clear it up from mob spawns, and I think we're ready to hop in. Let's hope for a good location. Nether quartz chickens right away. I gotta block these guys off and get them home quick. It's a pretty good starting location. Got some good ores for tinkers. and I'm enclosed so there's no threat from ghasts. Not a bad start at all. Still in the nether on day 17. Lava collection time. These tanks are super handy for this. Each one holds, I think, 16 buckets of lava. Just scoop and drop. The rest of the day is just a few things around the house. Wheat collection, feeding the cows, turning wood into charcoal. You know how it is. It's day 18. I'm in the very early beginning stages of my new house. This will eventually replace my old wooden one. But so far, it's super expensive. I'm not really a fan of these plain looking blocks. But to make the brick ones, it takes 4 of these regular ones. For one brick one. Plus, they take forever to mine. And since I've already placed them, I'll be doing this for a while. I grabbed some villagers with my golden lassos and I thought I would give them a little house. Nothing too fancy for now. Don't worry guys, you'll only stay here for a few weeks, before I finally do something with you. Ah, the chicken mod. One of my favorite mods. Basically, you breed chickens with different types of chickens, and they drop items for you. For example, a flint chicken will drop flint for you, sand ones will drop sand, and you can get iron ones too. Diamonds, emeralds, all kinds of them. And back to mining this hardened stone. I ended up getting it all turned into bricks, and was done for the day. Tinker's time. First things first, I need to make some grout. Sand, gravel, and clay are needed for this, so off I go in search of them. Oh, found me some llamas. I'll grab them up real quick. Gravel always seems to be easy to find, except of course when you're looking for it, but I think I've got enough to start out. Day 21 was a pretty boring one, mostly waiting around for the grout to cook. I did a little bit of running around to get some more sand and gravel, but that's about it for today. It works! It works! The smelter is done, all the tinker tables are built, I have lots of lava to power it. It's time to start feeding all my ores into it and making some amazing tools. Getting double ores is always nice. All of day 22 was spent doing tinker stuff, and I don't regret it at all. Day 23, I got almost nothing done. I did a little bit of mining, a little bit of chicken feeding, and I spent the rest of the day showing off my world to my kids. It's time to get into tinkers. I made a quick obsidian pick so I can mine some of the best ores in the nether. It doesn't last very long, especially when I mine through the netherrack, but I got what I needed. In the morning on day 25, I'm going to get some sheep. I found some a while back, so I thought I better grab them now before I need to get a bunch of wool. In the afternoon, I used my nature's compass to find the mesa biome. It's about 800 blocks away. I'm able to take a boat most of the way, just had to hop off a few times across a couple small patches of land. I stayed here into the early morning of day 26 and collected a bunch of terracotta. I spent the rest of the day working on my brand new pickaxe. I also found some wolves in one of my travels, so I made a quick pen for them. With tinkers, you can level up your tools and they get better, so that's what I did on days 27 and 28. I collected a whole bunch more cobalt and ardite, and whatever else I could find in the nether. I need to mine 500 blocks to level this pick up. Adding lapis gives my pick fortune, and when I get enough lapis added to it, it can upgrade its fortune value, so that's what I'm working on next. The nether has these awful wither spiders. They're pretty brutal. Gotta pay lots of attention out for them. And by the end of the day, I leveled up my pickaxe, which gives me another modifier. I spent some more time with tinkers, mostly just smelting some of the ores I have, and then I went over some of the patterns. I need some gold to make another plate. I'm just short, so off to the mines I go. I found a bunch of good stuff, and the one gold ore that I need. I made a much faster pickaxe. Its durability is low right now, but leveling it up and then adding some modifiers to it will help out for sure. And then I spent the rest of the night working on my stairs. So, I got some bad news. Somehow I missed recording both days 31 and 32. I don't know what happened, I must have just missed pressing the record button. I'm not that happy about it, but nothing we can do about it now. But this is what I did on those 2 missing days. Worked on this little hut for a villager. I'm gonna make a bunch of these, 1 or 2 villagers in each, depending on whatever. I'm going to be making a kitchen with the cooking with blockhead mods, so I need to collect a few resources and get some prep done. On day 34, I spent a little bit of time in the kitchen, organizing it, trying to figure out where everything was going to place to make it look the best. But I have a feeling it's not going to stay this way for too long. Day 35 and I'm still in the kitchen. I'm trying to come up with a really cool spice rack thingy, but I just can't get it to look very nice. Down we go. Transferring food back and forth takes a while, but when I'm done, the kitchen box can create any of the recipes that are available, very easily. I'll still need to add power to the stove and fridge and finish the flooring, and maybe even colors and cabinets. But then I should be done, and ready to dine in style. Oh man, on day 36 I fixed up my villager's hut, and I spent way too long trying to get him into position. Back and forth, back and forth. Oh, but I finally got him to where I think he looks kinda good. Well, it's time for a new project on day 37. Gotta clear out a little bit of the land outside my fence. This could be dangerous. In goes the diamond, and pow! Twilight Forest time, baby. One of my favorite mods. Oh, it looks like we got a Naga base not too far from us. I spent the rest of the day here, and when I returned, I dropped off some of the deer that I found. Day 38. I cleaned up some of the trees around my new portal. I'm going to construct a fairly large tree around it, just to make it look kind of cool. Then I made my way back to the mine. I have a new speedy pickaxe that I increased its speed with a bunch of redstone, and I made it all the way down to the bottom of the mine. All of day 38, and a whole bunch of day 39, I spent mining. Got the stairs put in, a bunch of it, and I'm going to replace the side here with plain blocks and eventually put a minecart system in there for getting up and down even easier. To finish off my first 40 days in this mod pack, I thought I would make a fancy new Nether Portal. It needs some work, but for the first time, I think it looks pretty good. These XP drains are really great for holding all your XP. You just walk right over one and wait a few seconds, and it all drains out of you and into a tank. I'll dip into the Twilight Forest for a little while, but I really didn't get anything done. Day 42, and I'm working on the stairs. A little bit more, guys. I'm almost done. Really? Maybe. The staircase is finally done on day 43, except for some different lighting, which I'll get around to when I can. I guess torches will work for now. I tried my hand at an auto pumpkin and melon farm, but it's just not working for me. I'll figure it out eventually. Sorry guys, but it's day 44, and I'm back at the stairs. Just quick though, I'm just adding a cart system, and maybe this will work while transporting all my goods someday. A little fence work around the Twilight Forest to keep me safe while I enter and leave. I'm gonna have to look into a nicer wall system eventually, but this works, and it's pretty cheap. Oh, day 45, I did some tending to the farms, the chickens. Not a whole lot really. Kinda sad. Day 46 was spent building up the Twilight Tree. I want it pretty large, but not too large, like not an eyesore. I spent day 47 working on another villager hut. They're kind of fun, and when I get to personalizing it, they should really stand out from one another. Some cow breeding and killing. More time with the chickens, and then some glowstone collecting in the nether. It took up most of my day on day 48. I thought about going to the Aether on day 49 with all the glowstone I just collected, but apparently you don't build the portal the same anymore. You need one of these things. I'm greeted by this Edison fellow who seems to be a guide or something. He tells me a few things and I'm off. This place is pretty cool, but it is a little bit scary. Day 50, yes! I spent a good chunk of the day working a Twilight Forest portal tree. I got a good start on the leaves as well. Now that I've finished 50 days, it's time to come up with some projects and get a couple things done around here. I finished the floor of the kitchen and spent a little bit of time cleaning the iron out of the smeltery, but for the most part, day 51 was boring. Next big project, multiple smelteries. I found out that you can put cobble into the smeltery and it will give you the seared stone you need to make the smeltery, so time to do it. With this, I made another small smeltery, and it's automation time. Transfer pipes will take the liquid out of the smeltery and pour it into the basin. Then another transfer pipe will take it out when it's cooled, allowing more to be poured in. And then throwing a chest full of cobble near the controller, all I gotta do is make sure I have stone and lava, and this thing will keep on going. On day 53, while I had some stone cooking in the smeltery, I thought I would give a try at the auto pumpkin and melon farm again. Guess what? It did not go well. Day 54 was spent smelting stone and cleaning up some more trees around the house. And then on day 55 I did a bunch more stone mining using my brand new hammer. It's awesome. It breaks 9 blocks at a time, but it also wears out 9 times faster. I built myself a cobblestone generator that's going to be feeding the chest that feeds the smeltery. So the only thing that I have to worry about is making sure the chest doesn't fill too quickly, and that I have enough lava to power the smeltery. On day 57 I spent the whole day clearing land, knocking down trees, digging up some dirt for my actual base. I'm going to be using the seared stone from the smelteries for the base, and I want a large area for it. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of landscaping in the near future. On day 58 and 59, I spent a lot of time cleaning dirt and making this space ready for my final house. Hopefully it's my final house. Towards the middle of the day, I was able to start working on the pathway up to where the house is going to be. Made it out of seared bricks. It should look pretty good when it's done. I checked on the chickens again before the night ended. Day 60, some more work on the pathway. I thought a design at the bottom would look cool, and we can make more paths off it in different directions later. On day 61, I spent a lot of time working on the house. I think I will be using lava tanks to light the front porch, and maybe other parts of the house as well. These shared windows look like they might work pretty good, and they only take 4 buckets of lava to fill, so it isn't too bad on resources either. The next day it's time to find some slimes. There are a few slime islands around my area, so we might as well use them. I got a good handful of them. After that it's time for some piston work. I spent most of the day working on some redstone for the doors for my new house, and I didn't figure it out. Day 63 was spent with my son, showing me how to get the piston doors to work. I didn't record it because there was lots of pausing and fussing around, but afterwards, I dealt with some chickens some more. I'll probably spend a little bit of time every day breeding them and trying to get the best possible chickens I can. Here's the finished door. Button on the front and pressure plates inside. It works great. I spent most of day 64 working in the front, kind of outlining what it would look like, hiding the redstone, and adding a little detail. Some fancy terracotta floors for the first room. The white looks pretty nice with the black walls, I think. And through the days 66 to 70, I spent a lot of time working on the house, building it up higher for another level. I did a lot of chicken work too, getting a couple different ones all finished and putting them into some pens. The pens and the nests use a lot of wheat. Luckily, the chickens like to poop out lots of manure, so I can use that on the wheat to get even more wheat. And right in the last little bit of the night, before day 70 ended, I was able to breed a flint chicken and a bone meal chicken, and I got 2 iron chicken eggs. A lot of time was spent on day 71, digging out from behind the house. I think I broke my shovel a few times digging it out. I filled in the floor, added the walls up to the height I wanted, and then came and added these lava windows, which apparently don't even create light. They look so cool they'll stay for a little while, but I'll have to change them eventually. The kids must have been playing Minecraft on their account, because I now look like Groot. And I played a bunch of days in a row as Groot because I either played a few days at once, or I forgot to log myself out. Oh well. I spent most of the day dealing with things around the area, like I normally do every day. I moved the chickens to a different spot. Hopefully they won't be in the way over there. I want the black, seared bricks to go from the major points of interest all over the place. I think it will look really good on a map, which I plan on making eventually. I'm also going to be moving all the chickens underground. There are going to be a lot of them eventually, so to keep everything the cleanest, down they go. I spent a bunch of time working in the new chicken coop, building it, and then transporting them. You have to grab each one, then break their pen, bring them down, and set it all up again. It's not that big a deal, but it takes a while when all the loot they have spills out and they keep filling my inventory. Chickens make a lot of manure, so I spent a good, long chunk of day 76 using the manure to get more wheat. You need 9 wheat for 1 wheat bale, and 3 wheat bales for 1 nest, so I go through a lot of it. I made a bunch of nests, bred and killed some cows, and dealt with the chickens. The enchanting table went up today, day 77. All the XP I'll be collecting near my house will come in useful for enchanting some armor later on. I can't use it on these tinker tools. Then days 78, 79, and 80 I spent making the land look good. I dug out some more behind the house so I could put a wall down. Then I cleared out some other walls to make the whole thing connected without needing to break down walls and doors. It's really starting to come together, and I can't wait. On day 81 and 82, I tore down the old kitchen house and moved it into my new house. The whole old house had to come down. I don't need it anymore. The new look in the kitchen is pretty nice though. I put it up. I didn't like the placement, so I thought the corner would be nice. I got it all up. Nice kitchen floor added to it. Looks beautiful. On day 83, I increased the size of some of the animal pens. The cows were too crammed together. It was getting hard to find my way out. I also started to use the red wool on the roof of my house. I'm going to need a heck of a lot of it. Day 84 was spent clearing out some of the land on the outskirts of my current fenced-in area. I want to make a huge garden, so I got to clear the land first, then light it up so it's safe. I filled in a bunch of the holes in the grounds, a bunch of the pools of water I didn't really want, got it all ready to go. Then on day 85, got the farmland going, watering and tilling the land, and then I planted a whole bunch of crops. On day 86, I bred and sheared some more of the red sheep and expanded their pen. Gonna need a lot of the red wool for the roof. I added on to my farmland a little bit more too. Day 87, down comes this horrible auto sugarcane farm. I can follow a basic redstone tutorial easily enough, and this one was super easy. And in the end it doesn't look half bad either. Hopefully it works pretty decently. I'd love to have a lot of bookshelves in the house, and maybe the villager houses too. Day 88 was just a day of doing the regular things around the house, but day 89 I finally finished a track heading down to the mines. It's fairly slow going up, so I'll probably add some more powered rails eventually. And I've also slowly been digging out a basement, so on day 90 I worked on it a little bit as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. I should probably be focused on the rest of the house that has nothing done in it, but I can never stay working on one project for too long, if you haven't noticed. On day 91, I upgraded a bunch of chests to iron chests, so they now each hold a double chest worth. I gotta get my inventory sorted out soon. I have stuff everywhere. I also fixed up the floor a little bit in the chicken coop. Day 92, storage drawers. These things are pretty cool. They each hold only one type of item, but they hold a lot of them. It can show what it is, they're easy to find, and then when you have the controller, you can just double click on it, and if an item is in your inventory and there's a drawer available, poof, it just goes in. I'm also laying carpet on top of all the wool on my roof so mobs don't spawn there. It's almost a waste of wool. Like it's going to be a heck of a lot used now, but it'll be worth it. I don't have to have lights up there, and mobs won't spawn, I guess. Day 93 was spent making more storage drawers, filling them up, and adding a cool upgrade that shows me how full it is. My next step should be, especially for the dirt and cobble and such, upgrading the storage space in each one. Right now they only hold 32 stacks, I think, so obviously ones like spider eyes aren't going to fill up too quickly. Day 94 I worked on my inventory a bit more, and then went to my house to do some decorating. I have 2 rooms that have been there since day 1 that I need to start working on, so no better time to start than now. Just some basic things, a bed, some paintings, some bedside drawers. And then day 95, just some more work in the rooms. This day went by really fast for some reason. I think I ran back and forth to my storage a lot, trying to find things that work, but that's okay. It's day 96 and I am dedicated to getting the roof done. So, lots of shearing today. Back and forth between the house and the sheep. And just before the end of the day, oh yeah, I've got it done. On day 97, it's time to finally get this canopy to the twilight tree finally done. It's not completely lit up yet, but it's filled in and it looks half decent. Today on day 98, I went into this really cool mining dimension. As far as I know, it's a safe world where no mobs can spawn and you can mine all you want. It's flat and it should have a decent amount of villagers around it. And the very last thing for the end of 100 days is a project board. I think this will help keep me organized, on track, and be able to finish projects quicker and more often. If I think of a project, boom, it goes on here. I think you can color code things with the fancy signs. I'll have to figure it out, and if so, I can organize it for ideas, maybe projects, and ones that I'm working on. And there you have it, guys and gals. 100 days of playing Minecraft. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed playing it and making this video. If you liked the video, and you want me to continue another 100 days, I would really appreciate a like, a subscribe, or you could throw a comment down on things you liked, you didn't like, or things you would like to see in the future. I'll see you guys around in a little while, and thanks for watching. Bye.